What's going on, peeps? If you've seen the charts in the past week, I'm sure you've been coming across a lot of new faces recently that you likely don't recognize. Teddy Swims, Artemas, D. Joe, and Benson Boone. I've seen a bunch of viral tweets from ignorant stans that only care about the artists they listen to, questioning who these male pop stars are and why they have a popular single. I doubt you could convince these people that these artists do indeed have fans that listen to their music. Believe it or not, y'all, they aren't just a bunch of bots. I know people in real life that listen to these songs. The most popular artist in this group that I'll name Whoville is Benson Boone. He's currently got a global smash hit called Beautiful Things. If you've been on TikTok, you've probably heard this a lot. It's challenging for #1 in the Billboard Hot 100. He's had a few minor hits before, but none of this magnitude. So today, I'll be answering who Benson Boone is for all you ignorant stans, and how he might be shaping up to be the next big male pop star. Let's get started. Benson James Boone is a 21-year-old singer from Washington who first found a passion for music after attending a John Bellion concert in Seattle on July 16, 2019. He was inspired to do something as captivating as John. Several months later, during his junior year at Monroe High School, Boone's best friend Eric approached him with a request to join his band as a pianist for their high school's Battle of the Bands in 2020. However, the original singer unexpectedly backed out, and Boone found himself taking on the role of the lead vocalist with only a day's notice. This man was just an ordinary swimmer at the time. Despite having no prior experience to singing, Boone just went with it. To everyone's astonishment, including his own, Boone delivered a stellar performance that shocked the audience that night. His parents seated in the front row were moved to tears, while the band clinched victory by a considerable margin. He was voted best male voice by his fellow Bearcats, making him the coolest guy in school. Next, Boone did what every aspiring singer should do, make a TikTok. In November of 2020, Boone began posting singing videos, with his first video garnering 400,000 views, putting him on the scout list for American Idol. He popularized a trend where a creator would fake sneeze and start singing My Boo by Usher. Influencers like James Charles and Camila Cabello participated, boosting his account through duets. Besides singing, he posted humorous videos that grew his fanbase even further. This all led up to a viral TikTok of him in January 2021 performing Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo from the guy's perspective. This clip surpassed 10 million views on the platform. His new fans begged him to do more point of views of the other girl and the car. They were impressed with his creative and hard-hitting lyricism. Soon after, he wrote his own original songs and performed them to his audience as he was writing them. As I mentioned before, he was invited by an American Idol scout to try out an audition. He accepted and performed his first audition through a Zoom call. The judges loved the performance and moved him to the televised rounds. The performance aired on February 14, 2021 in front of Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie. He performed Punchline by Aiden Martin on the piano, showcasing his intimate talent and captivating the panel with his natural flair. Perry expressed admiration for Boone, even suggesting that his performance alone could secure him victory in the competition. Following a successful audition with 3 confident yeses, Boone made a shocking decision and declined the opportunity to advance to the Hollywood Week rounds, thus concluding his American Idol journey. The reason is that everything was moving too fast for him to mentally handle. It was an immensely challenging decision because American Idol offered incredible experiences and every moment with it was memorable. However, it all unfolded rapidly for me and became quite overwhelming. Prior to American Idol, I hadn't fully committed to music. I was still exploring it. Suddenly being thrust into the spotlight was a lot to handle. Boone questioned whether it aligned with his true path. Thankfully, his audition went viral either way, putting himself in the eyes of various music industry professionals, including Dan Reynolds, the lead singer of Imagine Dragons. He shared a video on March 18th revealing he was working with Reynolds. He was introduced to his now manager Jeff Burns. Just 2 days later, he uploaded another video featuring himself and Reynolds performing Imagine Dragons' track Follow You. Over the course of 3 days, Reynolds took Boone under his wing to teach him how to write songs. Shortly after, he was signed to his record label Night Street Records in partnership with one of the big 3 music labels, Warner Records. Following his final day in Vegas, Boone had a trip to Los Angeles for his first official writing session. He was absolutely nervous as he was being Ubered to the location. This was until a melody popped into his head that would be used for the song Ghost Town. He recorded a voice memo and showed his team the idea. Days later, he put out the first teaser of the original song, taking place in a studio. It was about releasing his attachment to his childhood, understanding that ultimately, he'll find greater happiness despite the difficulty of the choice. The teaser went viral, so he continued to tease and tease and tease and tease it. It wouldn't be officially released until October. During this time, he was trying to figure out his management, life, and what kind of artist he wanted to be. Boone spent a short period at Brigham Young University, Idaho, before deciding to depart after one semester to continue his singing journey. In response to Boone's American Idol participation, his family initiated the Benson Boone Scholarship Fund, aimed at supporting students from his former high school. In September, Boone put out the most viral teaser of Ghost Town yet, producing 70 million views? Heck, now that I think about it, some of these teasers were getting like a stupid amount of views. I'm guessing that Boone or his label were using TikTok's promote feature where it's displayed as some sort of ad by the platform itself. This is probably why the view to like ratio is a bit off. Anyway, it was finally released on October 15th, 2021, and put on the new release Friday playlist to give it a major boost. Ghost Town was undoubtedly a success, entering the Billboard Hot 100 and securing #1 in Norway. It achieved over 200 million streams on Spotify within a year, earning a gold certification in the United States and achieving platinum status in Canada and Norway. The next year, he put out 2 more singles, Room for Two and In the Stars. The latter was another success for Boone, peaking at number 82 on the Hot 100 and being certified platinum. It was written about the death of his great-grandmother. Boone was seen as a relatable person overall, stemming from his use of TikTok, being seen as this ordinary teenager who accidentally became famous and is living in the moment, trying to go along with the flow. He admits that he is obsessed over his streaming numbers and certain metrics stress him out and get under his skin. Either way, the song achieved 600 million streams. On July 29, 2022, he put out his first EP, Walk Me Home. There were the expected ballads, as well as a few upbeat tracks to show more diversity. Despite the collection not charting on the Billboard 200, it still produced millions of streams. Afterwards, he put out Before You, which was his attempt at a wedding song. It only seemed to chart in Norway. Man, that country loves Benson, don't they? In the Stars continued to shine throughout 2023, but his other songs in comparison weren't performing as great. He put out Sugar Sweet, What Was, and To Love Someone that went relatively nowhere. He went on his first tour, starting off with small venues as expected for a new artist. Between touring, he was recording his debut album, Fireworks and Rollerblades. During these sessions, he was cooking up something special, a song that would completely change his entire career in the near future. On September 29th, days after he moved to Los Angeles, he moved his grandma's old piano to his living room. He was unable to sleep one night and proceeded to hop on the piano to write a few melodies. This song would be called Beautiful Things. The next day, he went to the studio to take his vision and make it a reality. It was first teased on December 3rd, 2023, featuring elements of indie rock including roaring guitars, intense drums, and soaring vocals from Boone. This switch up from his simplistic piano ballad style caught people off guard. Some compared it to Your Needs, My Needs by Noah Kahan. It's also given debut era Harry Styles instrumentation with a Lucas Graham vocal style. Bet you haven't heard that name in a while. In traditional Boone style, he teased it 80 more times and the anticipation was apparent. The unreleased sound produced 130 million views before its official release. To break down the song lyrically, it was inspired by a relationship that he had just gotten into. For the first time in his life, he felt like he was extremely out of control, not knowing how this relationship would turn out. In his past relationships, he was the problem. He felt like he was always the one to end the relationship. This is why he turns to God, begging for him to not take away this beautiful relationship he has, because he knows what God gives him, he can take away. Religion had been a part of his lyrics for a while. He's actually a Mormon. On In the Stars, he was losing his faith after he lost his grandmother, but in this song, he seems to be finding it again. I could almost classify this as a Christian song. This is all good, but Benson still finds himself terrified to lose this girl he clearly loves just like the others before. It looks like he doesn't have to worry that much because from the first week, the song was a smash. On January 18th, 2024, the song was released, debuting with 3 million streams in a day. It remained strong for the rest of the week, debuting at number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100, his highest peak yet. The next week, it leaped to the top 10 at number 8. Following this, it vaulted to number 3. He faced fierce competition from major stars Beyonce, Kanye West, Ariana Grande, and Jack Harlow, as well as fellow Whoville resident Teddy Swims. It has since peaked at number 2, but with his album being released recently, it could be enough for him to take the number 1. To promote his record further, the Fireworks and Rollerblades tour was revealed on January 26, scheduled to take place from April to May across North America. On March 21st, the singer unveiled the album's title and release date, Fireworks and Rollerblades, scheduled for April 5th. The same day, he dropped the second single, Slow It Down, stepping more into an upbeat piano-driven sound, debuting immediately in the top 50. Eventually, April 5th came around, and the record is looking to sell 45,000 units in its first week. Plus, early predictions have Beautiful Things taking the number 1, being challenged by Future and Metro Boomins like that. We'll see if Boone comes out the winner tomorrow. Okay, update everyone. So since I recorded this, there's been a bit of a update in the predictions for Beautiful Things, and unfortunately it has gone down a lot in points, and it's likely not taking the number 1 this week, unfortunately. Maybe, in the coming weeks if it gains more radio and stuff like that, but yeah, unfortunately Beautiful Things will not be taking the number 1 unless something crazy comes up, But yeah, good luck Benson Boone either way. Benson Boone is another case of an artist who accidentally became a musician, all stemming from when he was asked to sing for his friend's band a day in advance. After his talent was recognized, he turned to TikTok and got the right eyes on him that brought him to American Idol. But that much spotlight was not for him, and he needed to slow it down, potentially saving him from a shady record deal. He dropped out just to get picked up by Dan Reynolds, who turned him into the right direction, signing him to his label. After hundreds of teasers, he became a TikTok and musical sensation. Ghost Town and In the Stars were promoted through the app effectively. A year later, he put out Beautiful Things, and now he's at the top of the world. It just goes to show that in life, you just need to give these beautiful things a shot sometimes. You never know where it could take you. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe for more bass content. Did you know who Benson Boone was before this video? Just another member of Whoville, I assume? I hope that term catches on somehow. I'll see you all in the next one. Make sure to love all, and peace.